Hi, I'm Kelly. I am a mom of 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. I don't know that I would have had the skills to go into court by myself. Even with getting legal advice, I just don't think that I would have been able to do it.
Kelly came to our office and she'd already had gone through a restraining order process herself and was still having recurring legal issues with her previous abuser. He continued to behave really badly and in ways that were sort of threatening and scary for the kids.
My ex-husband ended up getting an attorney. His family has money, they could afford an attorney, I could not. And I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm sitting 10 feet away from the man that abused me for years, who has an attorney. I was terrified of going to court on my own.
I think the big thing is that when you're going to court against your abuser, that's just scary, right? It's scary, you have to face them again, and having an attorney by your side, I mean, it's still scary, but you feel that you have support. So we took Kelly's case because there were several things that were in her case that raised the level of priority. She came to us after having left a violent situation at home. There was physical violence, which allowed her to get the restraining order with the court. And then there were continuing issues.
Yeah, it was terrifying. Just not the unknown. I wasn't sure if they would just turn me away or if they would help me.
There were restraining order violations, including contempt charges that were brought by the district attorney. And the abuser had an attorney in the civil case. And that really creates a huge power imbalance. And so that's part of the reason we stepped in.
I remember the day that they called me and said, we spoke to the manager at Legal Aid, and we can represent you. And I felt an instant relief, just knowing that I wouldn't have to do it alone.
So I did volunteer work as an undergrad with a domestic violence shelter, and that really helped me see what the barriers are and sort of the systemic struggles that people have to deal with. And I wanted to continue with that work, but in a way where I could not just connect someone to a service, but actually be one of those services. And so that's part of the reason I went to law school and why I work for Legal Aid Services, is I wanted to be able to actually help people navigate the legal system. Having a good attorney and having a good advocate on your side can make a huge difference in that process.
The judge looked over everything and said, you got everything you wanted. You have sole custody. You won.
You can't have true justice without a legal system that provides protections to people who've experienced abuse. You have to have a system that can protect those people. And when you don't have that, you don't have real justice.
They really helped me get through everything with my ex-husband. It made me realize that they care about us. They want to see everybody in the community safe. And that I owe so much to them.